Hello.
Welcome back. We are here. Okay, now we're here.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back to Clink That Drink.
My name is Caitlin.
My name is Kristen.
And here we are.
And here we are after a long
hell
week.
Of a weekend. Hell of a week, hell of a weekend.
Do you want to talk about what happened this weekend?
My brother got married. Excuse my tone-deaf singing. But yeah, my older brother got to marry the love of his life, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
I'm maybe biased, but yeah, it was just, the venue itself was absolutely beautiful. It was out, I don't want to say like on a farm, because like you say farm in the Midwest and you're thinking cows and pigs and like a big red barn.
Yeah.
But it's just, that's like what it's called, is like barn is in the name. And so it had like this barn setup-ish, like a rustic fun barn like for the reception. And it went straight out down like a paved walkway down like to the altar. Emily looked absolutely stunning. Her dress could not have been more beautiful or more... It literally looked like it was made for her.
Yeah.
It was like
it was so pretty.
Oh my gosh, like the design, the beadery... Is that a word? Beatery?
Beading.
Beading, that's what I want. That sounds... With a D, beading.
Bead.
Jordan, my brother, bawled. I bawled. I watched my dad cry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm gonna start crying the more I talk about it, honestly.
Yeah, so I did well, because as soon as we got there, I was like, I feel like my brother's getting married, because I've known him my whole life. But I was like, I was doing fine, and then, like, Emily read, like, her vows, and I was just kind of like, okay. And then I look over, and I saw one of her brothers was, like, crying so hard, and I was just like, okay, he's making me tear up. And then as soon as Jordan started talking, I was like, oh no.
And he wrote those
cute
on his own, like, so my brother, I love him, I do, but we call his speech Jordanisms, because he makes up words or makes up things that if you don't know him, you're like, what in the fuck just came out of your mouth? But like, if you know him, you can like piece together like the clues of the rest of the sentence to know what he means.
Yeah.
And like, that's just part of his speech. But the way that he wrote his vows were so like eloquent and just beautiful. And I'm like, I cannot believe my brother wrote that. But at the same time, he's actually super emotional. It's like, I could believe it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh. So I started, and I looked at my parents. I'm like, oh god, my dad's crying again. Here we go. The first time it really came out of me, like, just the tears in general, was, here we go. Their first look.
I know, I was a little upset. I could not see his face very well from where I was at, but I was, like, right next to her when she was walking down, and her smile was just, yeah, it was infectious.
Oh my god. So, they did it, like, in the front of the barn, like, where you guys walked in. And we had Jordan set up. We're like, okay, now you're going to face the parking lot. We're going to take pictures while she's standing there. And then when she taps you, we're going to take more pictures. Don't turn until we tell you. And then when you turn, then obviously, big reveal and all this stuff. He's like, okay, okay, cool, I can do this. He's like, but I can't turn around when she touches me. They're like, no, we need a couple of that too. He's like, okay. And so I'm standing next to my dad off to the side. And I think Peepaw was on the other side of him.
Yeah.
And so we're standing there, we're watching him. He, like, can hear her coming.
Mm-hmm.
Just, like, walking up behind him. And he starts to tear up again. I'm like, oh, no, not soon. He hasn't even turned.
This is why we wear waterproof
I did, like, 3 layers of waterproof mascara. I was like, I know I'm crying, and I'm not going to have streaks on my face. So he starts tearing up. She does the shoulder, like, she's starting to get emotional, too. Because, like, she's can actually see him. And she's like, oh, shit, it's happening. And so she does the shoulder tap to take some pictures, and he turns around and he just, oh my god, he just loses it. And so then of course Emily starts to cry, and he like does like the whole like big hug, big kiss, and then like the push away, and he's like, oh my god, and he said, holy shit. I'm like, oh no, here we go.
That is exactly how your man should act.
Yeah, and so like I'm like doing like the eye fan, like I'm looking up in the sky, I'm like, no. And there's like one of the other bridesmaids standing next to me, she's like helping fan my face. She's like, don't lose it yet. Don't lose it yet. She's like, trust me.
We have the whole rest of the day.
She's like, we have a lot to go. I'm like, I know, and I can't. And then I hear my dad do one of these he's goddamn allergies, and I look at him and he's starting to cry. I'm like, oh man! So then I lose it even more.
The dad.
Oh my gosh! And Jordan twirls her. She got a dump truck. So he goes, God damn! When he sees her butt, I'm like, there he is. There's the humor. But oh my god, it was so beautiful, so much fun.
Also, it sounded like they did it last minute, but I think it worked out perfectly asking your Uncle Vince to, like...
Yeah, that was within, like, a month.
Yeah.
So they're past, or, like, maybe like 2 months. But the pastor at their church was, like, moving to a whole different state or something, and they're like, we're getting married in 2 months. You've done all of our couples counseling. Mm-hmm. What do you mean you're leaving? He's like, I'm moving. And so they had to last minute find somebody, and Uncle Vince, I think, married a couple of, like, college friends and whatnot, but he's always, like, staying or, like, been a part of all of his brothers' weddings, all my dad's brothers. And so they just, like, called him up, and, like, the line that he said in the wedding, he's like, well, I've never been married, and I'm not a pastor. Sure, why not? I'll do it. And that was so
he
funny.
added, like, the perfect amount of humor to, like, make it to where it just wasn't, like, everyone crying, which I feel like is what I would need, is just, like, some humor to take my mind off of, like, freaking out.
And he's getting choked up a lot of the time, too, because him and Jordan are really close.
Yeah.
Ever since Jordan got into, like, the construction industry with my dad and Uncle Vince, they've gotten a lot closer over the years. Because, I mean, Uncle Vince isn't married, doesn't have kids, so, like, Jordan's kind of, like, the closest thing to a son that he's ever had. And so he gets to marry him, and he's all excited, and, like, the more he gets into it, he's like, God dang it, I thought I would have more, I knew it would be emotional, but, like, not this emotional.
Not that quickly, because he barely said, like, the first sentence, and you could tell
as soon as he started going, and he, like, choked up, I'm like, oh my god. And then I watch him choke up, and then my dad is, like, in the front row just, like, looking at his feet, like, trying so hard to, like, hold it together. I'm like, I don't even know what family members look at this point.
Hey boys, we can cry, it's okay.
Oh my god,
we don't have to hold it back.
To see how much, like,
and you're crying of happiness.
In my family were crying, because my family is mostly men. It is hardworking, blue-collared men. It takes a lot for them to show emotion, and I'll be damned if every single one of them weren't crying at some point that day. Like, most of the cousins. My dad, all 3 of his brothers, like, at some point, Grandma was bawling a lot, too.
And your brother walked out with Grandma, and it was so cute. She looked so cute. I also love that your grandma and your mom were, like, wearing basically, like, the same dress, like, the pink lace. It was so cute. Also, so I haven't seen your mom in a while because she was, like, making sure she wouldn't catch COVID, staying home and stuff like that. So she could, like, make sure she was at the wedding for sure. But she looked so freaking good.
Dude, Mom
lost so
much weight. She's lost, like, 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And she was also, like, stressing real bad on her hair, and she's like, well, which one?
Oh, it looks so good, yeah.
And I, like, helped her get it curled, like, beforehand, because, like, we were, like, switching between wigs, and she's like, and me and her friend Renee were both like, no, this one's great. She's like, but it's not as curly, because she's like, the natural curly hair. Like, well, first of all, you're not going to have a wig that's going to replicate that. I was like, but we can make this one curly, and it's, like, the natural, like, it's real hair. Yeah. So we can adjust it more than, like, the synthetic. Like, the synthetic one that she had like, the really tight ringlets, but, like, not the same, and it wouldn't style right, and you could kind of tell it wasn't real hair. And we're like, Mom, we're going to be taking a shit ton of pictures today. This one looks more natural. We can curl it right here, right now. I was like, I will help you. I was like, I'm done getting ready. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just drinking at this point. I was like, but I will do it for you. I was like, I promise you, you can tell this one's a little bit more natural. We can make it look absolutely beautiful. And it did. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, all the weight that she's losing, and she just was glowing and was, oh.
Well, it was funny because, like, your mom and your dad, like, walked out of the doors, like, for the ceremony. They, like, walked out, getting ready to walk down the aisle. And I was like, oh, that's Wes. And then I was like, wait, that's Dawn. And then I looked at my mom, I was like, that's Dawn, right? I was like, I know my eyesight's not that great, but I was like, that's Dawn, right? And then she started walking by, like, the biggest smile, looking freaking beautiful. And it was funny because she came up to me and my parents and, like, was hugging all of us, my dad was like, I was wondering who that hot mama was with Wes.
Yeah,
and we're like,
that. I was like,
yeah.
Like, she's a beautiful woman, but, like, she is just glowing,
she's glowing,
the amount of glow
for sure.
that she had all day long.
Smiling. Oh my gosh. I loved watching her, when we were dancing towards the end of the night, and she's just sitting there, like, smiling the whole time. She just radiates, like, happy energy when she's smiling.
She has the most positive energy you will ever find in any human being. Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, all in all, it was really cool because we haven't been able, especially with COVID, obviously, everyone hasn't been able to, like, get together. Like, we'll see, like, with the amount of friends my freaking parents have, we'll see, like, one group this day, one group another day, another group this day.
Yeah.
We'll see, like, part of mom's family that can come and can be around, but that, like, aren't as worried or as likely to catch COVID. And then, like, the same thing for my dad's family. Mm-hmm. So to really, and even Peepaw, like, didn't really stay that late for the ceremony because he has COPD and he smokes, and he was real worried because, yes, it was outside, but there was 250 freaking people there.
Yeah.
And he's so much more susceptible with his age and with his pre-existing conditions and all that stuff. So he's like, I can't stay. Which, on one hand, makes sense. On the other hand, we avoided talking about it with my mom because she wasn't excited about it. Which I get. At the same time, she was understanding. But, like, there were actually several people that, like, came for a little bit and then, like, left because they wanted to be there for them, but, like, they're already at risk.
Yeah.
But, like, overall, we haven't had the opportunity to really have everyone together. And it was the most beautiful thing. I felt it wasn't even my wedding, and I was like, I need to go around, I need to say hi to everybody, I got a list, and boom, boom, boom. And so, like, I started, like, traveling, like, table to table, because bridal party ate first. I scarfed down that food. I'm like, all right, time to make the rounds, because I'm going to do it now, so that I feel like I've said hi to everyone, so that I can dance and drink and do whatever. I was doing that all freaking night, man. Every time I turned around, I'm like, I haven't said hi to you yet. Yeah. Hi, how are you? Oh, by the way, this is my boyfriend, Corbin. Like, it was just, I was texting my mom earlier, and she said it perfectly. She's like, it was a beautiful, beautiful night, beautiful event, but what a whirlwind. Because we all, like, my little, like, my 5-piece of the Knox family, like, our people, I felt like I barely saw any of them all night long, because we were all trying to, like, make the rounds and, like, say hi, because we haven't seen all these people in so long. Yeah. And then, like, it wasn't really until the end of the night when it started to lessen in numbers, so to speak, that we actually we were all dancing, we were all drinking, we were all getting to hang out for, like, the last, like, 30 or 40 minutes. That I really got to, like, be with my family again.
Well, and I feel like usually the bridal party is going to stay the longest, so you guys get to kind of, like, party all together after, like, the craziness of all the preparations and stuff.
Yeah, well, because we got there at 10, we set everything up, and then, like, we separated so we could all start, like, getting ready and whatnot. Started taking pictures around 2:30. Ceremony started at 4. I started drinking at noon. I was like, well, I've pretty much got done what I gotta get doing, so we're gonna just start popping them off. And I was helping, so my cousin Katie was in the wedding as well, and her 2 daughters were the flower girls. So
okay, that was her daughters?
Yep. Yep, so, like, while she's getting her hair and makeup done, I'm wrangling a 4 and a 7-year-old. It's like, I'm, like, playing mom, doing my hair, doing my makeup, doing some of their makeup, helping Katie do that stuff, helping the maid of honor, helping Emily. I'm like, okay, I need a fucking beer. Yeah. Like, I would, like, sneak off and, like, run to grab a beer, and the 2 little flower girls are, like, following me, like, no, stay in the room. I can't lose you at this point. Stay here. Yeah. I'm like, please, God, don't move. I'm like, here's a phone. Play games.
The flower girls were not having a fun time once it was time to walk down the aisle. To me, it looked like the younger one was, like, maybe, like, scared or whatever to walk down.
She's the more shy one.
Yeah.
The older one is,
it looked like
definitely a Knox and has the big personality.
Well, and it looked like the older one was like, come on, we got something we have to do, let's go. And she just kept, like, the younger one was just, like, trying to fall to the floor crying. And then, like, I think at that point, we were like, my mom and I were like, just let the older one go. Just let her go. Like, let the little one stay back. Let's just let her go. And then I think she was just trying to be big sister and be like, come on, we got to do this. And then I think once whoever...
It was Emily's dad.
Yeah, went to go...
Like, tried to be like, okay, come on, girls, like, go down the aisle. Yeah. And that's when the older one lost it, because they both, like, stranger danger really bad, and they never met him. And so once he was trying to, like, get down and, like, help, she's like, oh, nope, checked out.
Well,
and I'm, like, standing up front, I'm like, Austin, go get your dog. Like, trying to, like, signal to my cousin, like, go get your kids. I'm like, go.
I know, I was like, someone needs to just come pick him up and just carry him down the aisle while they, like, throw the pedals or whatever. Yeah.
Well, it was funny because, like, literally all morning they wanted to get dressed. They wanted to do their makeup. They wanted to practice and do all this, and this. And then it hits, and the little one, like, sees everyone down there. And
everyone's
like,
looking at you, yeah.
So she's, like, panicked. She's like, nope, nope, nope. And our other cousin, Parker, the really, really tall one, he was like, Jordan, should I? And Jordan's like, yeah, okay, go. And so Parker was going to run up and, like, take their little basket.
I'll be the flower dude.
He was going to be the flower girl. But at that point, Austin just, like, picked up his daughters and, like, ran off to the side. And then they just, like, let Emily and her dad come down.
Yeah.
And it was funny. And then, like, we get back to the room after the ceremony. And my cousin Katie, she's like, what the hell? Everyone's like, dude, they were so excited. She's like, I know. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But
honestly,
like, okay, well, we got through it and it's fine.
Yeah. The kids are so cute, but I think you should always have, like, a backup dude that'll just go down. Because watching the guys be, like, the flower guys are so funny.
Oh my gosh.
That I'm like, just have a backup. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's something I want to have, like, for my wedding. Like, because Corbin's got nieces and nephews, so, like, cover that. But, like, worst case scenario, we'll just send someone else, like, behind them. Because I see all those videos on TikTok of the flower guys, and they're dropping the petals, and then they're like, here's a beer.
Yeah.
Here's a beer. It's like, we may as well have someone to do that just because that'd be funny.
Buy a bunch of the little, shots.
Shooters.
And just, like, toss them.
Yep.
Be like, before they walk out, be like, please watch your heads up. And then just go and toss out shots.
Eyes up, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know if we'll hit you in the head with a shot of liquor or not.
Yeah, I definitely think, like, it's really cute, especially because you usually have, like, I feel like it's tradition to have, like, a little girl be the, like, flower girl, and then you have, like, a little boy as, like, a ring bearer. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I feel like you should always have a backup, because kids, you never know.
Because, I mean, like I said, the older girl, she is, like, boom, like, ready to go, and not, like, in your face, but she's, like, got that attitude
sassy
for it.
Yeah.
But as soon as she shut down, there was no reconvincing her.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I mean, worst case scenario, like, okay, well, she's gonna do it if sister breaks down. And then she broke down. I'm like, oh, well.
You never know.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mom loves looking back at their wedding tape, and I feel like half the time I feel like the flower girls don't usually just walk down and, like, throw the petals. There's usually something.
Yeah, it's never smooth and easy when it comes to the flower girls.
Yeah, but, like, rewatching, like, that tape so many years later, it's gonna be such, like, a memory, and
yeah, they're gonna be like 8, 16, and 18. We're like, you don't remember, but you little turds decided you wanted to cry and not be part of the wedding.
My mom likes rewatching hers because my cousin Tori was her one of the flower girls, and she was walking down the aisle, and I guess they gave her gum beforehand, so she was chewing gum, and she accidentally spit it out, and then as she was walking, she stepped on it again.
Of course.
And if you listen, it's like they didn't have
look for it to listen to.
Well, yeah, so, like, it was the 90s, so it's not like they had all the microphones, like, connected to the camera, so you can't really hear super well, but if you listen close enough, you can hear her go, I stepped on my gum. And there's a picture of her, like, with her holding her basket up, and she's, like, has a foot up, and she's like, I stepped on my gum.
Oh my gosh.
And my mom still, to this day, will look at her and be like, Tori, I stepped on my gum.
And just dangle it for everybody, like, ha ha, you did this.
There's always something that has to happen at a wedding. Like, it's just not going to go normally.
And another thing that happened, too, is one of our bridesmaids popped the zipper on her dress.
Oh,
like, before, actually, like, right before we started doing pictures.
Yeah.
And it's not like the dress was too tight or anything. It was, like, it fit her perfect. And she just, like, bent over to, like, put her shoes on, and the zipper just popped. And so we're in the back, we're like, oh, shit.
Safety pins?
Safety pins. We were, like, sewing it together. And she was all stressed. She's like, well, is it too tight? We're like, no, Gabby, it's not too tight. It fits you perfect. She's like, well, because my husband, I can't remember if she had a husband or boyfriend, but she's like, he was saying, like, the zipper was wonky from the start. So I'm like, well, then you just got a bad zipper. I'm like, trust me, it's not too tight. It's not unflattering. It's like, you just put the right amount of pressure in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
But hey, we got it figured out. It's put together. Granted, she didn't bend over for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And even like for some of the pictures that we were taking, we're like, okay, bridesmaids, take a seat. And she's like, I can't sit or I'm popping my dress. But okay, some bridesmaids take a seat.
Yeah.
Some of you stand up. But I mean, we got it together. We got it sewn up. And it was fine for the rest of the night. It was just, oh shit, this is happening. Let's fix it.
Yeah. Well, we were going to talk. I think it'd be fun to talk about, like, wedding traditions that we would like to do, because there's a lot of like older traditions that I don't really care for, and I get so many like TikToks talking about like
how to make it your own,
like how to do something
or like
different,
a spin on the tradition, so it's more like modernized.
I'll tell you my favorite. So usually there's like a dollar dance, which they did. There's a dollar dance, so if you don't know what it is, basically you can bring $1, or if you want to be nice, you can bring more to give to the couple. You can go up to either the bride or the groom or both and like give them $1 and dance with them for a few seconds, and then they just kind of cycle through anyone that wants to do it.
Right.
Well, so I saw one thing that was like, instead of doing the dollar dance, wherever the table that the cake is at, you put a his and hers jar for people to put money in, and then towards the end of the night before you cut the cake, you will count the money. Whoever has more is the one that gets to shove the cake in the other person's face. So I saw a TikTok the other day, and it was like, the guy was like, I think it was the dad of the bride.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he's like putting 20s in.
And him. And
he's like, here's your guys' wedding present. My daughter's not getting cake shoved in her face on her
they just dropped
beautiful
like 4,
night.
5, 6 20s in the jar. I'm like, well, sorry, but
I love
you
that.
lost.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
I like how Jordan and Emily, like for like the unity ceremony.
Yeah.
there's always a bunch of different that's
candle
what's cool
lighting,
about that, right? Because there's always a bunch of like different types that you can do with that. And leading up to it, my uncle, who was officiating, he's like, well, now it's time for a unity ceremony. And I bet you guys have seen this one happen at every single wedding you've been to, but we're here to do it again. The unity of the PB&J. They made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich together, which sounds kind of corny, but if you knew my brother and his wife, it fits them and it's perfect. And so as they're making like the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, they're like just talking about like, this is why you're the peanut butter to my jelly and you're the jelly to my peanut butter.
You would be this. He was like, if you were a jelly, you'd be strawberry jelly. And like,
yeah. And then like they cut it and then they take a bite. Like I like unity ceremonies like that are just like, completely unique to the couple and like just their personalities in general. Yeah. And there was one that one of my cousins did at their wedding too. They did like different colored sand, and so it was like a pink and a blue, and like as it was like they had to get the hang of it, so it was like a little like choppy of like, okay, pink blue, and then they like got the hang of it and it like mixed into purple. I'm like, that is just beautiful. Yeah, just like the idea of like a really unique unity ceremony like for you and like your couple, like your partner. I think it's just wonderful. They hit nail on the head. Yeah, how much it just like melded with their personalities.
Yeah. One girl was talking about how she, instead of like, two things that I saw, and it was like, one was either they had their mom and dad walk them down the aisle, because they were like, she was like, I don't like the old-timiness of feeling like my dad's like handing me over. Right, like it's like a business deal. Yeah. But they were like, I had my mom and dad take me like down the aisle, or the other one was that she had her mom like in her bridal party, like actually in the bridal party. Oh. And I liked that a lot, because then they can still walk down, and they were like, if you want to, you can put like the guy or the dad like with the guys and the mom with the ladies.
Or like, I like that each, idea. Like set of parents like walk down themselves. Yeah, that would be really cool. I've never thought about something like that actually. I mean, but I'm also like really tight with my dad, so like the thought of like going, like walking down with him, like that's just like not a question.
Oh, same, yeah.
Like I can't not walk down with my dad. But then at the same time, like my mom would like walk down with like her dad and like grandma, like get like the grandparents down. But I don't know. It's just...
I think it's cute adding in the parents, and then like I've always thought about this, because I'm like, there's like the son and mother dance, and there's the daughter and father dance, and I'm like, that's cute, but I would also
my
like
mom too.
Yeah, I was like, I think it'd be cute to do like both.
Yeah. So actually, the thought hit me as you were talking. The Maddie Price that I played softball with in high school, I was in her wedding, and she walked down with both of her parents, and then she did a dance with both her mom and her dad too.
Yeah.
And I think her husband actually did a dance with, or obviously like dance with his mom. I think he did like a dance like with his dad, and then like his brother like stepped in too. And obviously it gets a little bit more goofy when it's like father son or like brother and brother, but I remember that, and I think that was like really cool too.
Yeah.
Like the more I thought about it. Jeez,
I just love my mom too much. She got to be included too.
Right.
I love my dad, and I'm gonna dance with him and walk with him down the aisle. But my mom's going to. I'm gonna dance with my mom too.
Right, and like honestly, like, I never really thought about that, like doing that for myself too. But like the more I think about, it, I'm like, you know, my mom didn't have her mom for like that kind of stuff. So like, why would I not like include her and like give her that moment? It's like she didn't have that memory as a daughter, but like I can absolutely give her that memory as a mother.
Yeah.
And why the fuck wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Like, she deserves it. Like, she's special too, man. Gotta let mama have some love.
Yeah.
Can't not let her. I liked how Jordan and Emily didn't do, like, they had, like, their own, like, little personal cake for, like, the cake cutting.
Yeah.
But it was just, like, cupcakes.
So,
like,
this
had,
is...
like, finger desserts.
As a baker, I will say, as I've noticed, no one's really doing wedding cakes
like
anymore.
Like 3-tier.
Yeah, it's usually just maybe, like, a tiny one that they can actually do, like, the cutting. And then almost everyone's like, yeah, no one hardly even eats the cake anymore. They like the finger foods because you can go grab it and walk around with it.
Yeah. And like, get back on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want a big-ass sheet cake or, like, a 3-tier cake. You gotta cut it all up and then...
Well, and also, I don't think people realize, like, when you go to taste your wedding cakes, they probably, like, just made it for you or, like, it's, like, probably fresher, whereas... The wedding cake usually, like, sits out, which is fine. It's not going to go bad sitting out, but it's going to get dry.
Yeah, it's
from
not going to be as, like, fresh and as moist as if you had, like, little smaller pieces that they can do the day before.
The only, like, wedding cakes that, like, I've tried have always been dry, like, at weddings, because it's sitting on the table as, like, a decoration.
Like, there's been, like, or there's been pieces made along the way, and, like, it's finally got all the pieces together, and, to keep it fresher, it's been in the fridge.
Yeah.
And then now it's out, so it's, like, back and forth, of, like, trying to keep it fresh or, like, do what's best for it.
Yeah, me and Kyle went to one of his high school buddies' weddings, like, a month or two ago, and I like what they did. They had, like, a cookie bar.
Ooh.
And it was just all these different it was kind of like the Italian cookies, if you know what those are. They're kind of... No, they're like fluffy little... I don't know, I'd have to, like, look up a picture. But they're like little fluffy cookies. But they were basically all, like, that style of cookie, but it was like they had chocolate and lemon and, like
a cookie
fruity
bar.
Or whatever. But it was like you could go and you just got, like, a little bag and a twist tie, and you just got to put whatever you wanted in the bag and then twist it, and then you can also take it home.
Nice. Yeah, because I literally got home back to the hotel, like, woke up the next day, and me and Corbin are driving home, I'm like, I didn't eat a single motherfucking cupcake.
My mom and I had 2.
But then, because I'm watching Jordan and Emily's House and Dogs while they're gone, on their honeymoon, and I open up the fridge, and I'm like, hallelujah! Cupcakes! And I just got so excited. I was like, I get to have one of my Aunt Trish's cupcakes now. Because that woman...
Oh, she made those?
Oh, yes. Yes.
They were good.
She is a baking fiend, first of all, and she loves it. She lives for it. But her cupcakes and her cookies and her Rice Krispies...
yes.
It's a godsend. And, I'm so excited. I'm probably going to go home after this and eat, like, 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they have leftover food from the wedding, so I know what I'm
eating. The food was good. Oh my gosh, the mac and cheese. They brought out seconds of the mac and cheese, and I was like, I want to go up and, like, literally just get a plate full of mac and cheese.
I should have done, like, a second plate, because I got a lot my first round, don't get me wrong, but, like,
yeah,
I should have gone back for more, because I barely ate anything that day, because, too busy talking and doing wedding things, and I'm like, I should have ate more food.
Yeah, I feel like you just don't eat if you're in the wedding party.
Yeah.
Other than the dinner.
Like, when we got there to, like, set up, like, we had pizza left over from the rehearsal the night before, and I hate cold pizza.
Yeah.
But I ate 3 pieces, damn it, because I knew I needed it.
Yeah. It was nice, the wedding that we went to that was his high school friends, they had... I don't even want to begin to know how much money the whole wedding was. It was the fanciest wedding I think I will ever go to. But they had, like, a double entree dinner, and like
I have like a menu.
They had like the people that like. Well, no, it was just like they brought out like your salad, and then they brought out like it was like steak and chicken, whatever, together, and then they also had the cake. But at like 10 o'clock, they were like, if anyone's still here after drinking and everything, because they had an open bar,
right,
stock full open bar.
Oh yeah,
and they had pizza after like 10 for anyone that wanted to eat pizza afterwards.
Drunk pizza.
Yeah, yeah. Although. I mean, that wedding was like, I'm sure it was well over $100,000.
Jesus Christ.
It was in like a huge, like super nice church in Kansas City. Then the reception was this nice little place in like the Crossroads area.
Oh yeah,
they had like the double entree, dinner. They had.
How big was the wedding party?
Probably about the same as Emily and Jordan's. Maybe a couple extra people, but yeah, but yeah, that wedding, I was like, I don't think I'll make enough money in my lifetime to pay for that wedding. It was really fun though.
Yeah, like, and
I didn't know a single person there.
Oh, me too, Kyle.
I was like, after we did the ceremony at the church, we like walked out and he started saying like hi to a bunch of his high school buddies, and I like, when I say didn't know one single person other than Kyle, like literally not a single person. And so as soon as we got in the car to drive to the reception, I was like, yeah, I need a drink. Or two.
Went, boop, boop, boop,
yeah.
Boop, boop.
And then we were like all sitting at like all of his high school buddies were like all at the same table. And so we're sitting there and they're like all talking, and I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna listen until I get like 3 drinks in me, because oh my gosh. But yeah, his friends were fun. They had a live band too.
Oh, that's really cool.
One thing that I really like is, have you seen like the live painters?
Yes.
They had one of those too, and I was just like,
half of my wedding fund just to have one of those.
I think it's like a couple $1,000.
I don't care. I want that.
No, like, I don't think that's that bad. Like,
well, especially for like live and like doing, and no, 1,000%. I want one of those.
Yeah.
Because that, like, don't get me wrong, like, obviously you want all the pictures, and pictures are really fucking cool, but you cannot replicate something like that.
Yeah.
And I want one of those so freaking bad.
Yeah, and you can usually ask them, like, if you want them to do the ceremony, like, once you guys, like, first kiss at the ceremony, you can do the first dance, like, you can tell them whatever, like, scene you want. There was one video I saw that was so cute. They actually had the painter paint the bride when she did the bride and like father dance, and then she gave the painting to her dad afterwards. Aww. And the girl that was the girl that painted it, that was recording their reactions and stuff, she was like, I had to turn the camera off because we were all getting very emotional, and I was just like, oh, yeah,
I could not imagine the
emotion
with that. No, I think that and because I keep seeing those like pop up on TikTok too. Like, I need one of these.
Yeah.
Like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And especially when they do it like in like pieces, like you just see like, okay, they do like a nice champagne pink background, like even out skin tones that they're gonna end up doing later. And then it's like step by step, like you see her add like more and more into it, and then by the end you're like, what in the fuck? How did you do this? Like, it absolutely incredible. And I've seen some too, because I think it would work best if you have like individual like chairs per person. But I think it's really cool how people will like set chairs aside for like loved ones who have passed to like give them like that honor of like, okay, like, you're welcome, here's your spot, like, come have fun, come join us. Because like, I mean, honestly, especially for like me and Corbin specifically, we've both lost like several people in our family, and I think that's like a beautiful way to like get to honor your family who's
you
not,
could
like,
almost make like a
too.
whole table that's like, this is like like for the reception, like you can do it for the ceremony, but for the reception you can be like, this is their table, and like maybe put some like pictures up too.
Exactly. Like, I think that's like a really beautiful idea to like encompass the people who can't like or aren't physically there. Like, we love you, we remember you, welcome to the party, kind of thing.
It was sad, so we just went to this other wedding, that's why it's like fresh in my brain. But I guess her dad passed away when she was younger. So first, her sister walked her down the aisle, which was super cute. But for the reception, since she couldn't do, like, the daughter-father dance, they had, like, a projector thing come down, and they had a whole bunch of old, like, home movies playing of, like, her and her dad.
Oh my god.
And then, yeah.
I'm about to cry just
I know, I was like, I don't know who you are, but I'm literally bawling. But, yeah, they were just like, anyone who knew her dad, like, come out on the dance floor, and they all just kind of, like, danced together and then played the home videos. And I was like, that's super cute. And also, just, if you wanted to play home videos just during, I think that would be cute, too.
Yeah.
Like, during the mother-son dance, you could play, and then father-daughter dance, you play, like home movies and stuff.
Like, obviously, like, it's personal, like, especially for, like, the child-parent dance, regardless. But, like, anything like that, just like adds like so much more into it.
I'm obsessed so I think every single year at some point I will go through literally all of the pictures that I have or like home videos. I love looking back at old, which we don't get to watch the home videos as much because they're all on VHS and we don't have a player for that.
We were born in the 90s.
Yeah.
We had VHS recordings of us as children.
Yeah. I love, my mom every year for Christmas has been taking a few of our VHS tapes and putting them on DVDs and giving them to us for Christmas presents. Cool. So we get to watch some.
She needs to teach my mom how to do that.
Yeah, I think she just takes it somewhere and they're just like, okay.
Oh.
But what's really entertaining, though, is like, she can't watch the tapes first. She can only read, like, whatever she wrote on it. It could be like, Kristen's whatever birthday party. And so there's the one that she gave me last year. She didn't watch it yet. Like, she gave it to us because it said, like, my name or, like, Ryan's name on it. And she'd give us each. And so we were watching the one from last year. Half of it, I think, is just me doing karaoke in my room. And my mom's, like, talking on the phone. And I was like, yeah, I can tell that you were just trying to keep me doing something while you're trying to talk on the phone, because she's, like, sitting on my bed just, like, talking on the phone, and I'm sitting there, like, staring into the camera, like, singing Elton John, probably.
Sounds like you.
Yeah.
It sounds like childhood Kristen,
but
like me.
I think it would be so fun to play those, like, have a little, even if it's, like, maybe not a big screen during the dances or anything, but just having, like, a little TV or screen or something off to the side, just playing, like, both parties, like, older home videos and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Especially
picture slideshow.
The amount of shit, like, that you and I have from our childhood between
I have
our moms.
So much.
I thought, so kind of along the lines of that, the more you're talking, the more I thought about it. So the song that Emily and her dad danced to, he wrote it, he sang it, he did all the music, he literally created that. Like, wrote the song, he sang the song, he played the guitar with it, and that's what they danced to, because they couldn't pick what song they wanted to dance to for their father-daughter dance. And he's in like a little band with some of his buddies. He's like, all right, fuck it. Like, so he literally wrote the song on its own and just did
amazing.
It all. And it sounded so good.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah,
I think the DJ like tried to say something beforehand, but a lot of people like probably weren't listening.
It was kind of hard to hear.
Yeah, and it's like we're listening to it, and it's like happening. We're like, holy, like, because I know a lot of music, and I know you know a lot of music, but especially because, like, I remember Jordan had told me that beforehand, that it's a complete original. It's like, I was, like, really listening. I was like, it was just, like, if your parent has the talent to be able to do that, and then to do it, like, it was beautiful.
I couldn't hear as, like, too well, but was the lyrics, like, more towards, like father-daughter, or was it just overall just kind of like love, wedding?
I think so. I think it was more father-daughter oriented, but focused a lot on like how much like she's grown up as well, and like getting to watch her grow up and
I was
like
gonna
see
say,
the woman that she's become.
Yeah, it'd be cute, which he could write her another song if she really wanted. Since most people do like a video, like have him write a song for the video.
They had a videographer throughout the whole thing too. And he was front and center recording both their father-daughter dance and my mom and Jordan's dance.
Well, I was just like, if they edit like the overall video together, it'd be cool to have like that song in there.
Well, because it was like an MP3 version that they had gone to the DJ, so like 100% as the song, like, can honestly probably like save it on phones and whatnot too.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like you were saying, like include it in the big video, but at the same time, like, take like that chunk out of like Emily and John dancing, and then like that chunk of like my mom and Jordan dancing, so they could like have those like separately as well, instead of having like, because you have like the short version of like the wedding, and then you have like the long version of like all the clips of like all the dancing, everything going on, because like there's some of like, they got stuff of the girls and the guys getting ready, they got stuff obviously of the ceremony, of the big pieces of the reception, they're like just dancing and like stuff like that. I think something really cool, like if you have a videographer for your wedding too, would be like, yes, like get all those pieces like that I just mentioned, but also just be like, get like the like headshots of people at your wedding, be like, do you have any advice, or do you have anything you want to say like to the newlyweds, and like then like that could be like the end of like said wedding video, like that could be like its own piece of the like of a video. I think that's
I just remembered another thing that I've seen. So at the 2 different things to mark like the numbers of the, like if you have like numbered tables,
right,
the 2 different things to mark them, one was they put like table 1 had a picture of the bride and groom when they were 1 year old.
Yes.
Table 2, they were 2 years old. I loved that idea. I thought that was cute. And then the second one was like everyone at table 1 would write the couple like a note, put it in an envelope, like they'd all put them into the envelope together, keep it on the table, and then at the end of the night they'd take them. And so like on their first anniversary, they read the stuff from table 1.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they're all like, table 2 is their second anniversary, and it goes on.
Oh, that's so much fun.
And it was just like talking about their wedding day, or like giving them advice, or...
I love that.
I loved that idea.
Because me and Corbin got big ass families.
Yeah, we're going to have like 30 tables. We'll get you through your whole lifetime.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, and then I just thought of something else. Kind of like the advice thing too. There was something where it was like, you know how people will write like in a guest book or whatever, like write everyone's names on there. One was, it was just like a little scrapbook, and it said date ideas, and so everyone would like say who they were, like to sign that they were there,
right,
and then write like a cute date idea, and that way if you ever need a date idea, you can literally just flip through, and it's also like looking back for a wedding.
Yeah. Well, because as soon as you started talking about that, I thought you were going to say what Jordan and Emily did.
I loved that too, yeah.
Because they did like a scrapbook-ish type thing, because when you got there, it was like, okay, they had a bunch of Polaroid cameras so that couples or families could take pictures of the Polaroid cameras and like put them
in the
book.
scrapbook.
Yeah. I'm like, that is fucking cool. Instead of just like a guest book that's like, it's just their names. Like, you won't go through that as much, as opposed to like,
be like,
the
who
book
was
of
that
pictures.
again?
And I loved that. I think they have a lot left over too.
Yeah.
Because like they had a big wedding, but people were probably taking like pictures in clumps. I wish I would have remembered to like go back to like take the Polaroids like back in, like take pictures of the party as it was going. But at that point, I had drank too much.
I just thought of one other thing that I've seen. I love disposable camera pictures.
Yes. That was really loud.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you have headphones in your ear, but yes.
I will go in and lower that way down, like I've already had to do.
I'm loud. Okay, it happens.
It happens. But
no, I love what they did with the freeze frame song. So and I'm like running around socializing, saying hi to everybody, right? And I hear the DJ saying something, but I'm not listening, so I'm saying hi. And then I hear that song come on, and Jordan and Emily are like running around to take pictures with every single table, so they have pictures with all their guests. But I'm like, shit, I'm in the way.
Yeah.
I'm in the way. I'm between like 3 tables trying to say hi to people. So I'm like, I run out of the barn, and they just go through and like take a picture with each table, which is really cool, really smart, because then at that point, you at least have the picture with everybody. And it's not as much pressure, because like obviously you still want to go back around and say hi.
Yeah.
Because that's the point of the wedding. Everyone wants to talk to you. But then like you have the picture out of the way, so it's like there's a little bit less time, and you get to like actually converse and like chat and like catch up or do like the fun wedding talk type of stuff.
Well, that you might not have every single person coming up being like, can I get a picture with you?
Right. Well, and at that point, it's at the beginning of the wedding, too. And
Yeah.
Jordan and Emily get drunk eyes really bad, so they wouldn't have to worry about drunk eyes. Unless people want, like, selfies or whatever later on.
Yeah.
But that way, like, for the professional pictures, they were not drunk yet. And they had pictures with everyone, or at least all the tables. So, I don't know. I
like that idea.
It's a fun idea. It's really cool. And I didn't even fucking know they were doing it. I just turned around, like,
they're running around.
I'm like, I need to get out.
I know, and then all the tables kind of where we were like kind of smushed together, and so they were like took pictures of our table, and then they ran to the table behind us, and Renee is, like, up on the stool trying to take pictures.
She just, like, stood up on the chair.
Yeah.
Like, ding, ding, ding.
Me and Kyle are, like, bending over, like, get out of the frame.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely a work of agility.
Yeah. I would, trying to get around all those tables was probably difficult.
Even just trying to walk through them was difficult, let alone try to run around in a 3-minute video to take pictures with every
they hit every table within the song.
They got all the way around. I hope they didn't do any at the bridal table, because at that point I was already gone.
I don't think they did.
Probably not, because there's going to be plenty of pictures of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just like, man, do I need to go sit back down? No, I need to socialize so I can drink and dance later, so that's what I did.
Yeah. Well.
Those are hot take on weddings.
Yeah.
For the most thing.
I'm sure it sounds like there's going to be quite a few more. Everyone our age is freaking getting married, so.
Everyone's pairing up, man. I think we're next ones on the chopping block.
Yeah, I do.
I'm definitely coming before Shane.
Yeah.
He's got to find him a girl first.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see him getting married, like, anytime soon. I can see him definitely being married at some point, just not anytime soon.
No, he's living his life, doing his thing, and he's happy, and I'm happy for him. But
yeah.
I know he wants to be married because I know he wants to be a dad, but he is in absolutely no rush. Which,
yeah.
Good for him. Like, he's so comfortable and so happy with himself right now that he doesn't need anyone else.
Yeah.
Which it helps that his last relationship was crap. Or she was crap.
Well.
But, I mean, you win some, you lose some. I've been there, too.
Yeah.
But no, he's just good. He'll figure it out. He'll find his way. But he's not in any type of rush to be like, I want a woman now.
Yeah.
He's just like, if she comes, she comes.
Yeah.
If not.
Laid back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So per typical of Shane.
For sure. Well, I guess for anyone that's listening to only the audio, if you want some more content, we're going to play Hot or Not.
Yes.
On our YouTube video.
Hop on over to the YouTube.
So, and for the YouTube watchers, we're going to start that. But, okay, we are playing Hot or Not, and we each have some pictures to show the other one, and we're going to rate them out of 10. So who wants to go first? Some comparisons. I thought about doing a lot of comparisons for you, but I know that you have sometimes I think they'd be obvious. Sometimes I think you're a little too indecisive that you wouldn't pick.
I think listen, first of all,
okay,
don't call me out. Second of all, I think this is a fun, like, intro into Hot or Not and, like, celebrity and, like, our fandoms that we are obsessed with.
All of mine are,
I think, later on, like, down the road when we, like, get more, if we, like, choose one fandom to focus on, then we can, like, really, like,
go
analyze
in
the characters and be like, all right, this one or this one.
Yeah.
Okay, now this one or that one. And just, like, really get into it.
Which is also funny because I feel like whenever there's, like, two main characters or whatever in a show or movie, we always pick the opposite. That's our favorite.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Which should be interesting because I have some of those in here.
Me too. I have a couple.
Who wants to go first?
I don't care.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, first one. Can you guess who I would pick first? The first guy that came to mind.
It's either Dylan O'Brien or Ian Somerhalder.
It's Ian Somerhalder.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Would hit that.
Number 2.
Paul Wesley. Tyler Posey.
Mr. Tyler Posey.
Another 10 out of 10. Without question. I love him.
Okay, I already know you're going to say 10 out of 10 for this one too. Mr. Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
I feel like these are just all going to be 10 out of 10. Okay, here we go. We just did Jensen Ackles. Now we got Jared Padalecki. 8 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a bad taste for Polish after something.
Well. Mr. RDJ.
Oh my god.
Iron Man.
I love him. I love him so much. But I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 because he doesn't have... There's like a little spice that he's missing from 10 out of 10.
A little spice. Yeah, you kind of got to compare him to the other ones.
I know.
Okay.
I love RDJ. I do.
Yeah. This one was funny. I was trying to find another picture, but I was just going to ask it instead. Niall Horan.
My baby. I feel like I've grown out of it a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I'm not, like, obsessed like when we were Directioners. I mean, we still are. But, like, I'm not near as obsessed.
Yeah.
He's definitely still a 9 out of 10.
So what I was trying to find a picture was, do you like brunette Niall or blonde Niall?
I kind of like brunette Niall.
I like brunette Niall too.
Like, not like, obviously because it's more natural, but, like, the blonde, like, I've never been a person for blondes in general, so I don't even know.
What's really funny for me is in, like, my personal life, all my crushes were blonde, but all of my celebrity crushes are brunette.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, but this is which one?
Okay.
Keen or JC?
Oh, fucking hell. So, starting off, when we first started watching them, 1,000% I was Team JC. But honestly, I think I'm more attracted to Keen nowadays. I don't know, it's just like...
feel like, yeah, I feel like your vibe changed.
I've matured and adjusted a lot of things in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm a lot more open to just about anything now. I've definitely changed a lot.
I feel like
me and JC would be best fucking friends.
Yeah,
we would,
for sure.
We are so alike personality-wise. Like, we would be really good friends. I would date Kian. Like, I'm just enough. I'm talking like I know them. Whatever, I don't. But, like, we're, like, different enough to where, like, we would, like, vibe really well, and it would be more romantic than me and JC. Me and JC would be, like, bestie boos.
Yeah. Fellow Virgos.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's another YouTube pairing. Do you know who's going to be?
Zayn and Heath.
Yeah, so Zayn or Heath.
I would.
How about this? Which one would you want to be friends with? Which one would you date?
Both of those answers are Zayn.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I love Heath. I love Heath. We would be really good friends. We would. But for the vibe check, or, like, the wild, spontaneous, fun shit, that would be me and Zayn.
I feel like Heath has calmed down, whereas
yes,
Zayn still has enough of the partying.
It's that Scorpio fire, man. He's never going to lose it. And I think me and Heath would be, like, really cool friends. Absolutely. But there's just, like, that level of oomph.
Also, no one's dating Heath. He's marrying Mariah forever.
Yeah, no. I absolutely.
They're so cute. I can't.
They have no choice.
Yeah.
If they want to do good by their fans, they need to get married, which they will. But
oh, yes.
Yeah. No, me and Zayn. But at the same time, I don't even know if me and Zayn would date. I think we would just be, like, really good friends. Like, we're just, like, real tight besties. That just, like,
we're talking like we'd actually date them. Like, we don't have boyfriends and they don't have.
Right.
Yeah.
This is completely hypothetical.
That's just hot or not.
I love you. It's just hot or not. I'm not leaving you. But I would love to be your friends if you ever hear any of this audio or video or anything like that.
Yeah, I wish. Last year was the first year in, like, 7 years I didn't go to California, and I'm kind of upset. So now we need to go back.
Okay.
And you're coming with me.
Yes.
And Kyle's gonna go because he hasn't been. So we're just gonna go party.
Either.
Ooh.
Couple trip.
Yeah, party. Okay.
Oh,
Teddy bear man, Dylan O'Brien.
12 out of 10.
12. Agreed.
I love him.
More than 10. Have you seen bleached hair Dylan O'Brien right now?
Yeah. For some reason, I love it.
Yeah. I can't wait for that movie to come out.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, we're switching it up to the females. Also,
yes.
Did I miss a picture?
I don't know, did you?
I did, but it's okay.
Oh, total fucking babe. 12 out of 10.
Elizabeth Olsen, 12 out of 10.
We love
Agreed.
the Scarlet Witch.
Well,
we stan the Scarlet Witch.
I'm going to skip around a couple because
we stan her mental health that needs to be addressed and taken care of. We're with it.
Also,
WandaVision, we are with you.
Also, just Elizabeth Olsen in general.
Oh, absolutely. Total bi panic. Without question. Especially when, like, her and Aubrey Plaza. Excuse me. Put me in coma.
Yeah. Both of them together. Okay, I had a couple pictures I didn't save, so I'll go get them in a minute. But we're going to do another lady that I already know you're going to freak out over because I think this was your first moment of, like, bi panic when you were like, this is when I was like, okay, you've talked about how hot she is all the time.
Okay. Oh my god, Keira Knightley in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Specifically in Pirates.
Specifically in Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh my, absolutely by Awakening, 15 out of 10. And honestly, like, even I've seen and, like, read a lot more about her recently, like, how she's, like, held herself. 20 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, the woman that she is, I'm like, yes.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna go.
She's kind of, like, on the same boat as, like, Natalie Portman with how they handle themselves as women.
Yeah.
And, like, the industry.
Well, they also
look
the same, so.
They do look alike, but still.
We're gonna raise the age a bit.
Fine by me. Oh my god, 20. I love Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman has the highest score.
Dude, listen. I like older men. And I'm dating a guy that is 2 years younger than me. That I'm absolutely in love with and will marry.
Yeah.
But there's just something about old men with accents. They get me.
Wolverine.
Love
He
him.
can also sing and dance.
Exactly.
He can do
a
it
man
all.
of many talents.
We're going back to the female ladies.
Okay.
Zendaya.
Ooh. She's absolutely hot. She's absolutely attractive. Am I attracted to her? No. I think we would be really good friends. 10 out of 10.
I kind of figured, I was like, I don't know if this matches your type.
That would be more
but
like
also
a bad
still
bitch
hot.
bestie vibe.
Oh, for sure.
Because, I mean,
speaking
that's
of
what
bad
is.
bitch.
Oh, my God. 12 out of 10.
Kristen Stewart, 12 out of 10.
It's funny, because, like, to see her development come out of, like, Twilight and into whatever, like, doing what she wants to do, like, becoming more of herself. When I first, like, so, because she's in that American Ultra movie with Jesse Eisenberg,
yes.
I'm like,
I love that movie.
Alright, I'd dab it.
Yeah.
Like, she's hot.
Okay, speaking of Twilight.
Oh, boy.
Here's another one where you're going to have to pick, and I think you know what it's going to be. So we got...
Can I pick neither? And yeah.
Taylor Lautner out of 10, though.
8.
8. And now we got Mr. Pattinson.
Outside of Edward Cullen, he's probably an 8 or a 9.
Yeah. So I think it's funny.
I haven't watched enough of his movies to be like, know enough about him.
You need to watch more.
I know.
Oh my god. I think I have one more. And this one is interesting.
Okay.
Because this one's not just the guys. Which Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
For cuteness, or for Spider-Man, or for both?
Mostly both, but Andrew Garfield is really attractive.
Yeah.
So it's Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield. What the fuck is the other guy's name?
Tobey Maguire.
Maguire. I knew it was Maguire, yeah.
The original.
Yeah, so and I saw something the other day. It was an analyzation of the Spider-Man. It's listen, as Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire nailed it. As Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield nailed it. As Peter Parker and Spider-Man, Tom Holland nailed it. He is Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and I was you can't really argue with that.
Yeah.
And he looks the right age.
Yeah. Even Stan Lee was Tom Holland is Spider-Man.
Yeah. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. What Peter Parker and Spider-Man overall encompass, it is Tom Holland. And he nailed it on every single, necessity for the character. Yeah. For both pieces of the character.
Yeah. For sure.
All right. Part 2. Or 2 point... I don't know. My turn. So this is kind of, all over the place. A little bit. Yeah, I tried to get, a little bit of everything.
I was having a hard time, thinking of people outside of our fandoms.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, we have Dylan O'Brien.
1,000 out of 10.
Agreed. Good man. Very good man.
Why did I know that was that one was gonna be first?
So this one is a part of a fandom that we love.
Oh gosh.
He's kind of a side character. Okay. And I just wanted an opinion. I just wanted to throw it out there.
Oh, I don't know what it was gonna be.
Matt Donovan.
I almost did that. Literally that exact same picture. I almost did it. So, okay, as the character,
Matt Donovan sucks.
A 5 out of 10. I mean, he's cute. I'd put him at an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
His character kind of sucks.
But Matt Donovan, you're useless. Kind of.
I like that.
No hard feelings.
I like that one meme that was human population and Mystic Falls was didn't say a number, it just said Matt Donovan.
Yep. That sounds about right.
How did he survive? Also, I feel like he just caused so many problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. Alright, I'm gonna save... Okay, I've got a few older gentlemen. I'm gonna save and do them together.
Okay.
Next up, we have a sweetie.
A sweetie.
Thomas Brody Singh.
Okay, 9 out of 10. Because I love him. What I was going to say, the only thing is that every time I look at him, I grew up obsessed with the movie Nanny McPhee, so I only can picture him at like 7 years old. Yeah. But oh my gosh, Maze Runner, solid. Queen's Gambit, beautiful. And I think he had an accent in Queen's Gambit too, and I was just like,
oh, poor baby. Alright, I have, next up are all of my this or that.
Okay. Oh gosh.
So first one, we have Elizabeth Olsen.
Okay.
Or Scarlett Johansson.
Okay. They're both freaking hot, but for me, Elizabeth Olsen.
I knew that one. I saw that one coming.
She matches my vibe a little more.
Now we're going to test which Chris you like.
Oh, so Chris Hemsworth or Evans?
Yeah, Evans or Hemsworth.
Oh, gosh.
We got Evans, we got Hemsworth.
I gotta say Evans. Again, matches my vibe more. Like,
yeah.
He's just a sweet goofball. And well, actually, they kind of both are, but
Hemsworth, I feel like, has adjusted his a bit since he's a father of girls.
I think, like, if you're going between, like, they're both hot, but if you're going from, like, hot or cute, I think Hemsworth is more on the hot, and Evans is more on the cute, because he's got more of the, like, goofy.
Until you watch the interviews and realize how inappropriate he is. Like, all the,
which I love.
All the, like, the sexual jokes that he makes.
It's
like,
great.
Yeah. Okay.
And he laughs at everything.
And, obviously...
Okay, so it's gonna be Ian Somerhalder or Paul Wesley.
Yes.
Okay, this is funny because I used to love Stefan, and now if I rewatch it, I'm like, they both kind of suck, but like Stefan really does kind of suck.
Mm-hmm.
So in the show, I don't really know who I prefer, but out of the show, I gotta say Paul Wesley, just because.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I think the main reason I used to like Stefan is just because I like Paul Wesley.
Probably.
Which is funny, because I think Paul Wesley is more like Damon, and Ian Somerhalder is more like Stefan.
Oh, yeah.
Like, on the, like, vibe level, I guess. I keep saying vibe. Someone smack me, please.
Alright, we're gonna go back to Test Your Bi Panic.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, if there is anyone out there that thinks this woman is not smoking hot, you're high on something.
Okay.
Just saying. Megan Fox.
Oh, yeah. So, definitely very hot. Definitely matches your, like, you would go for over me. Like, I'm definitely, like, the soft, like cute.
Something subtle.
And like, you're like, I want a bad bitch.
And choke me.
Oh, well, that's the extreme, but yes.
Yes, that's the extreme.
No, I obviously can say that she is smoking hot.
Oh, yeah.
But I would be very intimidated by her.
I like that. I don't know why. I like that. Women should intimidate me.
Well.
Because men don't intimidate me, so I'm like, there's a woman in there and I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Next one. Miley Cyrus.
Ooh. I love Miley. I don't know if I would date, but I love Miley. I want to be her best friend.
Right, I want to be, like, in her friend circle.
I want to go to her Vegas show.
Yes.
I want to go to all of her shows. I don't think I ever ended up getting to see her live because I think everyone else went to like the Hannah Montana Miley concert, whatever. I don't know why. I just didn't go. And then I was supposed to go when she was like going through her phase of like wrecking ball when she had the short hair, like that phase. Yeah. And she like came out on stage for her tour like sliding down a tongue. That's the concert I was supposed to go to, and it got canceled. So I never got to see her. I want to see her live really bad.
No, she would put on such a damn good show.
I'd say 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to test your old men. Your age. Not old, but the age meter. First up, Mark Wahlberg.
I'd say an 8 out of 10. Again, a little intimidating. Slightly. I guess not really intimidating, just like he has that like tough guy persona.
And I'm
Boston.
Like, it's because he's from Boston.
Yeah, it's that, yeah. But Yeah.
Norman Reedus.
Baby Daryl. Oh, yeah. 10 out of 10 just because I love him.
I do. I love him too. Surprise, surprise.
Hugh Jackman. Again, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. That one's, again.
Probably, if you were to ask me who my favorite, like, compared to my age, older actor would be, I'd probably say Hugh Jackman.
Him or, like, Gerard Butler?
On the hotness scale.
Yeah, Gerard Butler's still on that list.
Yeah, would agree.
It's the accent, man.
Okay, so
and,
someone...
like, the chisel, but, like, kind of, like, graying. I don't know why, but it works.
The almost Silver Fox. Yeah. Someone made, like a dream cast list. My favorite game ever is The Last of Us. Mm-hmm. And before they, like, announced the TV show is coming out, but it didn't announce the cast yet. Mm-hmm. And so people were putting up, like, their dream cast. And I think someone had put Gerard Butler. And I was like, oh, my God, he looks exactly like the character. Please. Great. But Pedro Pascal is also going to do great.
Right, last older gentleman.
Okay.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Negan. Also, the dad from Supernatural. Yes. That's what I knew him as first. Yeah. I would say 9 out of 10.
He plays a really good I'll kill you in your sleep type of character.
Definitely. Definitely attractive, though.
Okay. Last fandom I'm going to do for you. I've got 5.
Okay.
I've got a little mix.
Are we doing Harry Potter?
Yes.
Harry Potter, like, totally left my mind when I was looking at pictures.
Ivana Lynch.
Oh, 10 out of 10. Like, beautiful and
Luna.
Booty. When you pointed at her booty.
Oh, I was, like, ready to, like, swipe.
You literally pointed right at her ass.
Dink!
Beautiful and beautiful human.
Yes. Oh, plays Luna to a fucking T.
Oh, for sure.
Obviously, Miss Emma Watson.
10 out of 10.
Okay. And then the men, we have Daniel Radcliffe.
Okay, he kind of matches, like, who I find attractive. He has a little tiny bit of a baby face.
Yeah.
So I'd say 9 out of 10.
He's, like, almost 30, right?
Yeah.
Rupert
I've also
Grint.
I'd say 8 out of 10.
I feel that.
Also, just watched him in, what was the movie? Or the show. It's on Apple TV, and he was kind of creepy in it, but he plays, like, an alcoholic.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It was definitely, that was, like, I don't think I've seen anything else from him after Harry Potter, except for that show. So we were, like, Kyle and I were just sitting there watching it, we're like, this is Ron, and he's an alcoholic.
Ron.
Did you see someone went to, like, a Comic-Con kind of convention, and all of the group dressed up as the Potter Puppet Pals?
That is... No,
I'll have to send you the video if I can find it.
Okay, last one.
Okay.
Tom Felton.
Ooh, 10 out of 10.
All right, now you're going to marry, fuck, kill. We got Dan Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, or Tom Felton.
Oh, gosh. I think I would marry Tom Felton. That one's kind of easy for me. He just seems like such a sweet person.
He does.
Which is funny because he talks about how, like, kids will, like, not even want to walk up to him because they're scared because he played Malfoy.
Yeah.
And then I think I'd have to kill Rupert Grint. Sorry.
The redheads, I get it.
I like I like the redheads. I think I like Daniel Radcliffe just a little bit more.
Think he'd be more fun in the sack?
Yeah, I think it'd be definitely interesting. He's, like, very, very hyper.
Yeah, he is.
I guess I didn't think about. I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up.
I don't know, I'm tired now. I was like, no, we're going. It's like, oh, okay.
100% would marry Tom Felton, though.
Oh, yeah.
We just watched, I've been watching, just not even on purpose, some of Daniel Radcliffe's, like, movies, newer movies. There's one I'll have to send you. It's called Guns something, and it's almost like the movie Nerve, where they, like, had to complete the task.
I feel like I've seen...
It's like that times 100. Like, it's like people have games, but it's like the game is, instead of trying to, like, I think Nerve, they, like, try and get cash or, like, try and win towards the end or whatever. This one's like, no, you get put against someone, and you, like, have to try and kill each other.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And he's
Sounds
like,
a movie I would like.
it was very interesting. Like, Kyle caught me watching it about halfway through, and he was like, what the hell are you watching? And I was like, I don't know, but I kind of like it.
You're like, but it's Daniel Radcliffe, so we may as well just see what
Have you seen the meme of Daniel Radcliffe where he's standing and he's in, like, a bathrobe and has guns in his hands, and he's like, ah.
I don't think so,
I'll have to I can probably look up Daniel Radcliffe meme, and it'll be, like, the first thing that comes up, but it's from that movie.
Talk about guns for hands.
I mean, just wait till you watch the movie. He literally has guns for hands. Is this one?
Okay, yeah, I have seen that.
And he's
That's
like in the
not how
slivers. Also, next month is the start of spooky season. I'm excited.
Time to get some spooky shit up in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna redecorate this wall. And maybe the table.
Ooh, that would be fun.
If you can even see the table, but we can make it work.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, so you can find the audio of this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Audio will come out on Fridays and video will come out on Saturdays.
At
youtube.com/clinkthatdrink.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, I made an Instagram.
I did. I'm sorry I dropped the ball on that.
No, I wanted to make sure. Well, I was editing the other podcasts, and I was like, we said at the end, like, we hope we get Clink That Drink, and I was like, before we post this, I should probably figure out what it actually is.
Yeah.
So that's why I just went in and made it. I didn't do anything else to it yet. But it's clink.that.drink for Instagram.
Yeah.
And any other socials that we make, I'll just put in the description.
Yes.
And I think that's it.
I think so too.
Well, we will see you next week for spooky season.
Here we go.
I'm so excited.
Halloween. This is Halloween. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Yeah, me
this
too.
Libra girl is ready to hop into Libra season.
Is it official? It's officially.
It is officially Libra season.
It is officially Libra
Welcome
season.
to the balancing of the fucking world, guys. Hopefully.
Well,
not, but still.
You know what makes total sense? I was just thinking about this. That Halloween, like, is in Scorpio season, right?
Mm-mm.
Is it still Libra season?
Wait. No, it is. It is Scorpio.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, because Libra started on Saturday the 25th.
Yeah.
So
it's the 20th. Well, it's
Libra
on
started the 25th.
It's on the line of the
Scorpio
23rd.
starts like the 24th or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But, well, okay. Goodbye.
See y'all next time.